Hey guys, and welcome to the Tardis Datapack. Now, I've worked a really long time on this. Basically, this is the biggest and most complex thing I ever made with datapacks, and to be honest, while developing this, I noticed that Minecraft datapacks aren't really made for that. But nonetheless, I made it work, and this is the result. Now, the Tardis is from Doctor Who. It's a machine that can travel anywhere in time and space. Also, it can hide its appearance. In the show, it's stuck in the appearance of a 1960s police box, but in my data pack you can freely choose whatever appearance you like. So using this data pack, you can travel to any place or any dimension you want. The most characteristic feature of the TARDIS, however, is probably that it's bigger on the inside than on the outside. So that means we can enter it. So let's just do that. Now here we are in the TARDIS. All of those buttons you see here are dedicated to something. None of these is just for decoration. So let's start by entering some coordinates. To do that, you'll need to go to this panel right here and select your axis and start entering. Let's set X to, I don't know, 700 and maybe Z to, let's go crazy, let's go with 6,000 or something. Now to start this, just press that lever over here, and as you can see, it will start the whole process. Of course, I will explain all the buttons in detail later, but we need to take a look at how to obtain the TARDIS first, so let's just wait some more. It takes some time, but after a short moment we should be at our destination. And as you can see, we're at the correct coordinates. However, you may wonder, we can enter this TARDIS and leave it, so that means the interior has to be somewhere, right? Let's enter it again. In the upper right corner here, you can see the dimension, and the dimension is currently set to TARDIS interior. So that means we are currently in the TARDIS interior dimension. Yep, that's a custom dimension. Currently, custom dimensions are an experimental feature by Mojang, so you'll be greeted with a screen like this. But it works alright, and it does the job. Anyways, let's leave the TARDIS here for now, because we are going to get our own TARDIS. So to get a TARDIS, we will first need a sonic screwdriver. To get a sonic screwdriver, we'll need a couple of things. And yes, that's a comparator, not a repeater. I think that's the one you make with nether quartz, if I'm not wrong. Alright, so let's craft a sonic screwdriver. Place the iron here, the copper here, the note block in the middle, the comparator here, and the emerald above. Now here we have the sonic screwdriver. A sonic screwdriver has two modes. You can switch them by pressing F. Alright, so the impulse mode is for triggering various things. You can trigger a redstone lamp, for example, or a dispenser, or even some TNT. It's basically like a remote control for redstone, but not only for redstone. I implemented a couple of other things you can do with it, but we'll get to that later. Sadly, I had to exclude iron doors in this because currently they are very buggy when using commands. I linked you a bug report in the description of this video, so you can just vote for this, and once Mojang fixed the bug, I can fix it in this data pack too. Okay, so the other mode is the scan mode. Basically, it scans for time anomalies. If you right click, you will see it says scan nothing here. Let's travel a few blocks and see where we end up. Okay, so we detected a nearby anomaly. There can be different results in a time anomaly. Once you give it an impulse with the screwdriver, it will open the rift. Let's see what we have here. Okay, that's the most common thing you will get out of these. That's a weeping angel. It's basically a statue. It does pretty much nothing if you look at it. But if you don't look at it, you will see it moves. So you definitely don't want them to touch you, because if they do so, they will send you hundreds of blocks away, and yeah, that could probably be a problem. But just for the sake of this video, let's see how it looks like when an agent touches you. Right? Okay. Because I get those kind of questions a lot, the exact chances are 1 in 8 of getting a Tardis, 6 in 8 of getting an angel, and 1 in 8, well... Okay, so here we have a broken Tardis. If you don't claim this one, it will just move away, but if you do so, you will be bound to this Tardis forever. To claim a Tardis, you just need to enter it. So let's do that. And as you can see, our Tardis just got generated. This is because, of course, the datapack is designed to be multiplayer compatible, so yeah, each player can have its own Tardis, and it first needs to generate your Tardis when you first enter it. Okay, so right now this Tardis is broken. You can't fly it, but if you want to repair it, you just need to go downstairs here and take a look at the Tardis engine. Here's here a couple of items. We'll get to the other two here later, but we are interested in the broken Orchestral core at the moment. To repair it, we need 1 ender pearl and 4 diamonds. In survival mode, you will always need the items you see here to, well, actually repair or upgrade the core. But since we are in creative mode, we can just click it, and our Tardis is repaired. Now we can already fly this thing. Okay, so your Tardis is ready to do its job now. Probably you want to know how you fly this thing, but before we take a look at that, we will craft the item that makes our life a bit easier with all of these controls. The item I was talking about are these sonic sunglasses. You craft them like this, and they have a special ability, of course. Because with the Sonic Sunglass equipped, you can see what each and every control does. Sonic Sunglass will also show you the health of a mob and its name, of course. Right here we have the dimensional slider. It's for selecting the axis. It's pretty self-explaining. It will be also highlighted in yellow which axis you're currently modifying. So if we right click now, we will increase the Z coordinate by 1. If we sneak, we can decrease it. However, a step of 1 is a bit low, so let's increase that. The dimensional multiplier can do this job. Let's set it up to 1000, and now we will increase it 1000 each step, or decrease, of course. This is probably the main panel of the Tardis. Here you can set your current rotation, as well as display your energy and your current coordinates. Now, this color layout is inspired by Back to the Future. I saw this on the channel of Commander Moose, so credits to him here, of course. Also, if you take a flight with your Tardis, you will see this little needle thingy here barely represents your power level. You can always cancel a flight by hitting the lever again. Each flight will take some energy, but the energy will regenerate on its own, so don't worry. The space-time selector is for setting the target dimension. You can choose between Overworld, the End, and the Nether. Here we have these save and load slots. So, if we sneak and right-click, we can switch between save and load. Currently, we don't have anything saved, but we can change that by simply right-clicking. Also, we can change the slots by simply using the slot selector here. If we want to load our coordinates, we just sneak right click again and press right click. Here we have the door lock. If you press it, your door is locked, you can't leave your TARDIS now. On a multiplayer server that might be useful, but there's also a way to lock your TARDIS from the outside. Here we have the fast return button, and if we press it, our TARDIS will just travel to the last entered coordinates. This lever right here is for the anti-gravity. If we press it, our TARDIS will basically fly. So let's leave the TARDIS again. And as you can see, if we remove these blocks over here, the TARDIS won't fall down. And if we enter it again, it will. Also, it's important to note that if you have this lever pressed and go to a high coordinate, let's say, let's travel there. Okay, so I think we reached our destination, so let's leave the TARDIS. As you can see, the TARDIS landed in the air. This is not a thing it normally does. If you don't have the anti-gravity enabled, it will always stick to the ground. If you have it enabled though, you will land in the air, so in survival mode you would just die if you fall down from this height. Alright, so let's get back to the TARDIS engine. Here we have the power usage. Right now it's set to low, that means we use 100 Orchestral energy per flight or 1000 for switching dimensions. If we click it, we can increase it. That means we use more energy, but we will also fly faster. Here we have the chameleon circuit. The chameleon circuit is for setting the exterior. Right now it's set to off, but we can just change that to the default police box. The vanilla exterior. Oh, well. Ah, geez, where was my TARDIS again? No. Oh! I'll maybe add more in the future, let me know if you got any cool ideas. We can also upgrade the core 3 times. Now, it might happen that you lose your TARDIS, or maybe you're just in a cave and want to exit it. For this reason I implemented the link mechanic. Once you have a TARDIS, you don't have the scan mode anymore. Instead, you have the link mode and you can just right click and summon your TARDIS. It will take some time since the TARDIS actually flies to your location, but after a few seconds it should be there. Let's give you some general advice for flying the TARDIS. For flights to the Nether, I always recommend going with a very low coordinate, since the TARDIS will always go upwards if it's stuck inside blocks. For flights to the end, I recommend the opposite. Go with a very high coordinate, since the TARDIS will always land on the ground. Also, the main island in the end with the Ender Dragon is around the coordinate 0, 0. Alright, before we end the video, I got some functions to tell you. As always, there's the gift function for getting all the items. You can create a TARDIS by typing TARDIS create. Function TARDIS bind will bind the next TARDIS to you, or instead, if you're in the TARDIS interior, it will bind the next console to you. Function TARDIS unbind does the opposite, so you won't have a TARDIS anymore if you hit that. Function TARDIS interior will teleport you into your TARDIS interior. Alright, so that's it for the video. If you liked it, leave a like on this video, and if you want to support me even more, subscribe to my channel. I hope to see you guys in the next one, and bye!